Hello, clubbers. Hello, Scarborough. How are you? And what do we have today?
Hello, MD. I'm good, thanks. Today we've got the guys from Dragonkill. Hi, you guys.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how
Welcome.
you doing?
Hey, how's it
Welcome,
going?
welcome, welcome. So,
Thank you.
Dragonkill.
Tell
Quick
us everything
explanation.
about it in 2 minutes. Go.
Go.
So,
Timing.
so Dragonkill is a traditional sandbox MMORPG that's built on the XRP ledger. Some of the main differences between Dragonkill and other MMORPGs you might play is you actually don't regenerate your health and mana over time. You have to rest, which costs energy. Energy is a basically what allows you to take action in the game, and it's limited so that players can only play so much over time. The game is actually designed to be very difficult since there's a play to earn aspect to it with our native token DKP. And most games these days have become quite watered down and simple, but almost everything in this game is going to be designed more around critical thinking and working as a team. So there's actually going to be limited content of what you can do by yourself, and the entire design process of the game is supposed to be an anti-bot mentality, because with the rise of AI and even before that, bots have been a really big problem in the gaming industry. So making a game that's difficult to play as well as requiring teamwork, we feel it's better to make it not bottable than to ban bots. That's kind of the main idea
I,
there.
I didn't know that. There you go.
And who are you
Uh,
guys? Introduce yourself, maybe, real quick.
Sorry, my name's Chris, or in game, I'm GM Jebekin, and I'm the lead designer of Dragonkill.
Yep, I'm Derek. My name's Derek. I am GM What's in game, and I am the software developer of Dragonkill.
Nice.
We're looking at
And
your
you?
website real quick, and we see you have a white paper. Your developers, obviously, you both. Is that just you both working on this?
Yes, it is just us both. There were two other members early on in the project, but they both left a few months after we started. But on the main page here, we just have some quick demos that talk about some major things going on in the game. So you're welcome to check those out anytime you want. And yeah, our white paper, there's been a few changes to it, not very many. But I'm not going to go through all this. But yeah, it does explain mostly everything you're going to need to know about the game. One of the things about Dragonkill is another thing that really separates us from other MMOs out there are that character progression is the biggest factor in the play to earn aspect of this game. So in a lot of other games in the past, the equipment that you wear is the largest factor in how powerful you are in game and what you're able to do. I would say in most games, about 80 to 90% of your character's power comes from the gear that you're wearing, where in our game, it's only about 30%. So we are going to reward people based off experience, not so much how much money you have. So that concept alone will benefit the masses as opposed to benefiting a few rich people that are able to just do whatever they want to do. So we focus very heavily into character progression for our play to earn aspect of the game. For an example, a normal character, as you progress through the game, you'll eventually be able to upgrade this character into a hardcore character, which makes them roughly 10% better with some other aspects that, like a new spell or ability that a normal character wouldn't have. And the problem with this is if your hardcore character dies, they're basically deleted from the game world, which is an anti-inflationary measure. So there's a lot of things placed into the game for inflation, because as people accrue tokens over time, those tokens need to go somewhere, and otherwise the whole rewards pool will be diminished, and there won't really be a play to earn game anymore. So there are a lot of aspects to do that. And one of the more important things to understand is that the amount of play to earn that you get from this is more going to be based on the community itself than the game itself. So you will be able to earn our DKP token by playing the game, but you'll make more by selling items into the game to other players that really want those items. It's quite complicated, and there's a lot of different aspects that I can't really just sum up really fast.
Now
But
we'll
there are
have people
going,
read this, the white paper, if they want to
Yeah.
get into it. I mean, we could spend a long time going through it.
We could.
Yeah, I wanted. I mean,
Yeah.
also because we want to show people some gameplay demo, right? Which is the main reason we're here.
Yeah.
And I will have a little question though. I see NFTs here on the NFT page. How do they tie into the game? What's the function or utility?
So the two major factors with the NFTs. One, they're another anti-inflationary measure. So all the NFTs in our game are very expensive. And we don't expect people to be buying these NFTs early on in the game. One of the main goals of these NFTs, so they're items in game. When you purchase the NFT and you log in, your NFT is stored in, say, your Zum wallet, and then the game detects your NFT when you log into the game. And if your Zum wallet has that NFT, then you have that item in game. And all the different items do different things. They don't break the game, but they give you boosts in certain ways, weapons, armor, housing, things of that nature. And very important, they don't break the game. You're not going to buy some expensive NFT and be some god in the game. It definitely doesn't work like that. But all these NFTs are very expensive, and this is a play to earn game. We're expecting people to play the game, earn some currency, and then eventually they'll be able to afford some of this stuff, but more on like a team level, because the purpose of these NFTs isn't to give out NFTs as many as possible and everyone just has fun NFTs. No, there's a whole ecosystem that has to make sense. The economy has to be fluid. It has to make sense, and it can't be just diminished. So again, the main purpose of these NFTs are they do cool things in game that really separate you from other players, but don't break the game. And they're all expensive so that as players over time start earning rewards from the rewards pool, all that money is going to go into circulation, and there's going to be a lot of different things you can do with that money. But eventually, if people start earning too much, then rewards will be diminished, and eventually people will start purchasing these different NFTs, and we don't earn money from the NFTs. All the money from the NFTs, we recirculate back into the rewards pool. So there's a healthy ecosystem of people playing the game, earning rewards, and then spending those rewards back into the game, which recycle back into the rewards pool. And we're trying to create a system, that's self-sustainable, that as rewards are being taken, people are incentivized to spend it back into the game. Or sell it for whatever coin or currency they want. They can choose either one. Eventually, someone is going to buy some of this stuff in game to play the game and recycle that DKP back into the system.
How can people play the game? It's in beta right now. They can apply on the website.
Well, we had that for a while, where people had to apply to sign up and give us just some general information about themselves, nothing crazy, just so that we can see who's playing and whatnot. But right now, you don't have to do any of that anymore. So if you just come to the main, if you just come to the main page here, and it says click here to download the Dragonkill launcher. Once you download
Windows,
that,
right? Windows only?
Yes, yeah, Windows only right now. But yeah, you can just come here, click on this, download the launcher, download it.
Is it the app or is it like in browser?
Eventually it should be in the browser, but right now it's just an app.
Okay. So you want to show us some demo, some beta gameplay? I think.
Yeah, so when you download the launcher, you'll just get this window here. I've already updated. It would say update, but it's already updated. So we'll go ahead and play here.
Where should we start heading out to? Do you want to explain the game, or do you want us to get our group ready?
Yeah, explain a little bit about the basic concept. I mean, we said before we started recording, it's kind of like reminiscent of the old Nintendo's Zelda kind of style, right?
Yes.
That was the inspiration.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that's the inspiration. It's very similar to it, and the gameplay mechanics aren't necessarily like that. It's more like an RTS of, say, like original Warcraft or StarCraft or Command and Conquer. It's more, the gameplay is more like that. So this is the basic town that you start out in here called Ardine. But before I get into this, I just wanted to show the game world in just a few seconds here. So we're inside the town, but now we're looking outside the town in the world map. So this little speck here, this is the town we're in right now.
Oh, really? Okay, that's a big map
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, well, it's quite big, and I'll show you all of it in just a second. But so when we leave the town, you'll see in the game we're actually outside the town, and we're going to go to one of these green circles here, which are it's like an area of interest that you can go inside of. But the main idea of the classic version of this game, because we plan to have multiple expansions. So the main idea behind the classic version here, I'm going to zoom out here.
Yeah, it's a bit choppy with the Unity editor.
Yeah,
That's a
we're
big
zoomed
map.
out so much that it's looking quite.
That's a
It's a big
huge
map.
map. Oh my
It's
God.
huge. You guys are
Yeah,
actually
it's-
the first. You're the first to ever see this. No one's ever seen this before, so that's pretty
Yes,
cool.
that's huge.
Yeah, I'm not going to zoom in the other spots because I actually don't want to reveal any of this.
No, no.
And I'm not going to talk too much about it. I just wanted to give. I wanted to show that players start out in the center of the game world, and there's going to be multiple enemy factions in different parts of the game world, and they're going to have basic AI where they're going to build up in real time, kind of like an RTS, similar to Warcraft or StarCraft, if you've played one of those before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they build up over time, get units, and send it to the enemy base to try to kill them.
So is
That's
there
kind
resource collecting involved and things like
Oh,
that?
Definitely.
That's a huge part of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Okay,
very-
yeah.
it's a
So
very
it's
big
definitely
part.
like StarCraft, for example.
It takes a lot of elements from it. Now,
Mhm.
it's important. We're really creating something, a new type of game here. I don't even fully know what to call it, but this
Interesting.
game is not really like any other game that exists. It pulls a lot of elements from a lot of different types of games. So what players will expect early on in the game is that there will be multiple factions, a few evil factions, and they'll be building in real time, and they're going to be sending units trying to kill the center town where players are. And a big portion of the game is going to be based on teamwork and working with the other players in the game to survive, expand, and take over more territory. Now, there will be PvP elements in there, but the main concept of the game is to work together as a team.
So one difference to the StarCraft RTS would be that this is an online persistent universe.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
One world that's persistent, that there's going to be like global real-time events. One of the biggest things is going to be outposts, which are structures units or players can take over and defend in real time.
Hey, there's a
And
dude
it's
coming
going-
in. He's gonna
Yeah,
attack you.
That's GM.
Okay,
That's
so
big.
one
What's our
quick
doing?
question about your character. When you start out, you just get a generic character given to you, or is there something
Well,
that you can customize?
That's
You
where
get
it
a
gets.
name. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, do you want to take this, Chris, or you want me to?
Yeah, sure. Just because my screen's going. It's easy
Yeah.
to
So
see in that
when
sense.
you start off in the game, you're actually you as a player, you're the tactician. And then you have characters that you command. I think we already went through that a little bit, but you start off with, you're just your tactician. You kind of walk around. I wish we had the first quest, but the first quest, you walk around, you kind of understand what's going on in the town, and then you'll speak to a recruiter, and he gives you some units to use, some characters, and then you begin your progress. It actually starts you off as a fighter, which is like our tank, and then a healer to heal them, and that's a little self-sustaining group right there, and then you move on from there and get more characters.
Yeah. So
How many can you have in a group, or is that irrelevant?
in
right
a group
now
is
you can-
6.
Sorry, go ahead. You go ahead, Chris. You have I'll let you go because this is going to go more into your realm.
Yeah, so right now, a full group will be a party of 6, and
Right.
we allow players to play multiple characters, and It's very difficult to do that, so it's not expected. It's more expected for people to play one character right now.
Yeah.
And there is some customization. The only customization we're really lacking right now is physical appearance, which we know is a big deal. But when you start your tactician, you're able to choose your birthday, which gives you a different zodiac sign, which gives you a unique spell in game based on the zodiac sign that you get. You're able to customize your tactician in a few different attributes. So one of the cool aspects that I feel like it's pretty cool. So your tactician is like your main character. That's who you are. That's what I have up here right now is my tactician sheet. So you can see that I have attributes here. And these attributes go to your entire army. So if my tactician has 6 agility, every single character that I have gets +6 agility to them. So as you increase your tactician, it increases your entire army. And you'll see this is my army of characters is down here in the scroll bar, and my current party is all up here.
So these are currently just all beta testers in a group with you, right?
Oh, well, this group, these are all my characters.
Oh, they're all yours. Okay. So maybe I confused this when we talked about a party earlier, the group.
Yeah, that's where it gets confusing because you can have so there's so many different types of gameplay, like he was talking about. You have solo and group, and then there's going to be raids. But what we try to do is we made every character that you can control, because remember, you're the tactician, but you also have an army. You have your party, right? That you can move, and you can have up to 6 in a solo game. But once you start going into grouping games, the way we have it right now is you really only play one character at a time. But if I was by myself, I could play up to 6. That's not the best way to explain that. Go ahead,
yeah, let's go show them. Let's just go show them.
Yeah.
These 4 guys that we see on the screen here are real players, right?
There's Walt.
Yeah,
correct.
See Walt.
Correct, yeah.
Nick, I need you to play
these
this.
These are 4 tacticians.
No, oh, buddy, come on. I can play the game.
Nick got a game on PC end of last year, so he can do this.
No, I couldn't.
The beauty of it is it's 2D, so it uses a lot less juice. You know, you don't need a crazy powerful operating system to play.
Yeah, so you can see we left the town here, which is, I showed on the zoomed out map, and there's fog of war, so you have to actually explore.
That is like the old Warcraft, in fact. Yeah.
You can actually zoom in and zoom out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're all
so you can find I just found a random battle, so it's going to take me a little bit longer to get to them, but I'll go ahead and just invis out of here so that we can show them the group combat.
It's too bad because if you would have seen it from our screen, he just disappeared. You know how Jim Jebekin was walking on the map with all of us. If you get into a solo map, which is it's like a random content, basically solo, it pulls you into that and you disappear from the map real time. So he just disappeared.
Nice.
Looks like Boltonak just got out of there. Got his random group. So we're about to make it to the node once Jim Jebekin leaves there.
So the goal is not to fight each other here as gamers. You want to.
No, it's all helping each other.
It's about working.
Helping each other, okay, and fight the evil other races that are there.
Yeah. Oh my God, I found another. That's some bad luck. They're not that common.
It can happen. It can happen back to back. I mean, it can be really vicious.
I'm just gonna invis through this one too. Yeah. So what you'll notice as we're going through this is you don't regenerate your health and mana as we go through. So every time I cast this invisibility spell, my MP's not regenerating, so I can only regenerate by going back to town. Right. So every decision I make is very critical, that I don't want to do anything wrong.
So you have no life, it's just that one life you have.
Well, this is a standard character, so if I die, I'll be able to resurrect myself for a small fee back in town, and there's experience penalty death and repair bill death.
See, that right there should have actually knocked him out.
So what are we seeing right now? Is this your tactician walking?
No, this is my enchanter, a character of mine.
And we saw the other guys of that group, right? Okay.
There was actually a bug right there when he stepped on the trap. It should have popped him out of invisibility, and all those monsters should have killed him. but it's not programmed to do it yet. I'm glad it didn't too.
yeah, because that wouldn't have been good. Okay, so now we're all here on our tacticians. Now keep in mind, 4 tacticians. That's 6 characters per tactician. So we actually have 24 characters with us here. But when we go inside this node here, the Sequoia Forest node, we'll only be able to bring 6 characters out of the 24.
Got it.
And so I'll go ahead and create a game here, a public game. Oh, it looks like you guys already had one.
Nick, is your head spinning?
Yeah.
You got to play this.
Oh, yeah.
No, I want to play this. I want to try it. So this is like a.
We just bugged it out. We got a
bugged
little bug here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to be
it was
clear,
me.
right?
I
This is
actually
a
logged in.
beta,
I lagged
alpha
out just
beta,
now,
right?
and I didn't get you to join. Let me remake this game real fast.
We might all
I'll
have
leave
to relog
and
as
then
well.
I'll recreate it.
It's a beta, so yeah, this happens, and it's, you know, fix all that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
We can hear you. Just don't keep swearing.
It's okay. You can swear.
Let me know when you've created the game.
Oh, it's gone.
I think he's rejoining. I'm not sure.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
We can hear you again.
Hey, sorry about that. It looks like it disconnected.
Right.
Reconnect. Are you in the game right now?
Yeah, let's all go ahead and just reconnect just in case.
Yeah, the multiplayer stuff.
Because I don't want to waste any time.
Yeah, let's do that real fast.
Yeah, I know what the bug was. We just haven't fixed it yet.
Oh, get bugs.
Yeah, there's quite a few bugs, and yeah, we are still in beta. And I want to say realistically, there's probably something around 6 to 12 months before we actually launch the game.
How long have you been working on this, guys? If you don't
So-
mind me asking.
We've actually been working on it for a little over 3 years now. But the first 6 months were very rocky, and we went through a lot of issues and
A lot of changes too. I mean, as we were learning the ledger more, and as we were trying to look at designs and how we we're gonna make all this work, yeah, a lot of stuff has changed for sure. Let me create a game for us.
we'll let you make a public game, and nobody
Yep.
join until
just
he
did it.
says it's made.
Go
You
ahead.
said
Go
it's
ahead.
ready?
Yep. Oh, I think I see the issue. Hold up. I think we look okay.
Yeah, I
Just
think
need
it's fine now.
Volt. Is Volt coming? I don't know if he was.
He might not have heard me tell him to restart. I don't know if he's actually listening right now. So when players join here, what you'll notice is all the tacticians that are in the waiting room to go into the node right now, all the tacticians will be right here. And if you put your cursor over them, it shows what characters they brought. And
Yeah.
these ones on top here, these are actually my characters. Oh, there's Wolt. Hopefully that didn't bug out the match.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
And then I right clicked on my fighter and my rogue, and that put my fighter in there, and I meant to do my archer.
You
Yeah,
might
it's
not
only-
be able to do it. It's so the way it works right now is because we're in a tier 1 node, it's a little funky, but we should only have 1 character per person. But I think for tier 2 or tier 1, we're allowed to have 2, which is, it might be picking you. It's because of how many players are in here.
Oh, that's right. We did change that. So when there was more. All right, well then I'll just go with the 1.
Yeah,
'cause
let's
I
do
can't
1.
even bring another.
We should be okay like this.
Yeah, we have a wizard, so
I can bring an extra wizard too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, I'm ready whenever.
Yep, I'm starting the game. Here we go.
So it costs energy to come inside these nodes and do these fights, which you'll see my energy actually in the top right of the screen here. I have 4,400, which is a lot.
Yeah.
It takes about 10 days in real life to get full energy. So you'll see now that
These are characters that we brought in.
Yeah, and it has the tactician's name on top, so you know who
Yeah.
is who.
Yours is white though, so to show that it's your character,
Yeah.
and then ours is blue. You know, the light blue.
So when
color.
you're clicking with a sword, you get the green location marker, and then which character is yours? The one with the white
The
name?
one with the white name.
Yeah, the one with
Yeah.
white is the one I'm playing.
And the other guys are just following you.
Yeah, well, they can move wherever they want, but
These are we're just
we're
walking
def-
around.
Yeah, we're definitely
Each
going to want to
character
stick
is
as a
its
team
own.
here.
Each character is its own like it's like you're playing. What's a game we could like EverQuest. If you're playing a character in EverQuest, it's like each one of these is your own character. That's why it gets really complicated if you're playing multiple characters for solo. But if you're playing with a big group like this, it's so much easier to play one.
So right now we're beating
Yeah.
everybody on this lizard-looking
we're-
crocodile, whatever. Okay, we
we
killed him.
crushed him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna heal
Poor
his
thing.
tank.
Is that a skeleton
Ah.
that we left there?
Yeah,
Yep, it's, bones.
Okay.
Cast it a heal.
Yeah, so the combat is supposed to be very brutal, like very difficult. You can't just run in and do whatever you want. You really have to like be careful and cautious. We're trying to create like an old school D&D feel where like a wizard has to be like very careful, stay in the back, and be very cautious of what spells he uses because he can die in just a few hits.
Right.
And there's going to be multiple quests. Right now, yeah, we're just kind of walking around the forest killing stuff. Might be like, well, what are you doing? What's the point of doing that? Well, every single enemy we kill here has a chance to drop different items, different trade skill resources. We'll be finding some stuff as we kill this here.
So you say find items, let's say then they're purely in-game, and or may some of those be NFTs as representation or not?
So we will have some items that you can find as NFTs, but like I was explaining before on how, well, we're gonna have to do some AoE taunt here. Oh, it's on cooldown. Let me use my other one. All right, you guys are good.
I'm gonna drop a blizzard on them, slow them down.
Could you swap characters in game while you're playing, or can't you do that?
You can only bring in currently you can only bring in what you came in with.
Yeah.
It's to stop any
So you're
cheating.
picking one of the 6, is that it? And then you're guiding this one.
Correct. This is a much more difficult enemy right here.
This is a very difficult enemy indeed.
We're in a beginner zone. This is like one of the first zones players will go into right after the tutorial. So everything's supposed to be pretty easy here for the most part, even though I was explaining it's supposed to be a difficult game. But this is one of the more easy places people will go to. And this is the most difficult enemy here, which is the Cyclops. He's a tier 3 enemy. Most other enemies are tier 1 or tier 2.
Someone was just casting a meteor shower.
So some enemies like that, he was guarding this armor rack, which
And a
dropped some
rawhide.
cloth shoes. And players can need or greed, whether they need it or they just want it.
So can you
and-
find like chests, random things, caves?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, you definitely can. And so this is a rich rawhide node. So your character actually gets a lot of different skills. Each character has their own skills, and you have some harvesting skills here on the top. So this would be the skinning skill. And you can actually, if you have the proper tool, you can skin these. And there's a long progression line of your skills. And the higher you get your skinning skill,
Oh, it's 2 people doing it.
Quick question, do you have the sound in this game, or is it just not that you're not sharing it?
Oh, you can't hear it?
No,
Yeah,
because
click
when you share screen, you need to turn on the sound.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of sound effects. I thought
Yeah.
you could hear all that. Let me see here.
I thought you had it turned down so we could talk, but yeah, we should definitely hear some of that.
Um,
I'm gonna heal you and see if you can.
You can stop sharing, and then when you share again the same screen, there's an option to turn your sound on in mono and stereo.
did that turn off my screen share?
Yeah, turn it off and then turn it on again, and then there's an option on that where you select what screen to share.
I'm not sure if you're seeing the lag that I'm seeing, but that's not actually in the game. I think it might be the Zoom call.
Yeah, I see a little bit of a lag, definitely.
Share sound, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, in the game, there doesn't seem to be that much lag like it's showing in the video.
Maybe it's because it's
There
a
you go.
developer thing running. Oh, now we have music. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, so there's actually a lot of sound effects. I thought you guys were hearing all of this.
No.
In combat, there's a sound effect for like every single thing, like dodge, parry, block, different weapon type sounds.
Here's a group heal. You can hear them cutting the leather off of the.
That's so cute.
It's not cute, the poor thing.
It's very cute. I like the sound.
So we actually got a rare drop. We got the deer's heart, and we got 6 hides so far.
So then you say we, but there's a bunch of people in the group, and how does it divide up the loot?
Oh, they're only getting what they're grabbing right now. So all 3 of those characters are currently harvesting, and the player who owns that is going to get the item. So you kind of, you want to still grab some while it's there if you have the tool. And then there's also items that drop, and then you can hit need or greed, that kind of system.
Yeah, and as you can see, every time I have a harvest there, it's costing 2 energy. So it costs energy to actually harvest. So not everybody is going to want to harvest. Some people will just not want to deal with that aspect of the game. And that's what creates a great supply and demand for the economy. It's important to understand. I'm sorry, what was that?
They're off. They've had enough of waiting for you to keep hiding.
Yeah, they want to keep going.
Yeah, because you said like gameplay time is rare because it needs energy, you said, right? It charges up.
Yeah, over time. So you can't just play forever.
You can't bought this because of that. It's like the fees on XRP. Yeah, got it.
So originally... Yeah, I got AoE aggro. That's a lot of enemies.
There's a lot of enemies, man. They're gonna wipe you out.
No way. We're taking them out right now. Bringing the heat.
Meteor shower. Go.
Yeah, it's a little overpowered right now.
That's brutal.
That's actually... That was the reduction, believe it or not.
I love the meteor shower. I'm gonna use that. Just wipe out all the 6 or whatever.
So there's a random chest we just found right there that you were talking about before.
Yeah,
a lot of the chests... we got a whelp scale, which is used, so you can need or greed here, like I was saying before, for loot distribution. We only got 1. I don't think we have the roll in the log. We will eventually, but you'll be able to see who rolled what. So that's used in alchemy. It's a component for making, I believe, an armor boosting potion. So, like, I have a potion here right now, which is a haste potion. Wrong point. There we go. Drink the potion. It gives me a little bit more agility for a little bit more haste. So all the items in this game are basically subject to people finding them for the most part. So it's to curb inflation again. So the only way to actually do any trade skills in this game, you have to actually go out into the game world, kill stuff, and do stuff, and it costs energy. So there's not going to be like an unlimited amount of food or potions on the market because people are going to use them. They're expendable. And here's another chest. And this is lobster meat used in cooking to make food that increases your tank capability. But let me get some aggro over here. I need a heal. I'm gonna die here. Oh, save me.
Gotcha, gotcha. Oh, let me give you a bigger one. That was nothing. And when you cast spells, you use stamina bar. Something we didn't explain. To the right of every character, you see some characters are green, some are yellow. It's kind of hard to see right now. It's kind of clumped, but that's your stamina bar, and you need that to take action.
So we have the green bar, then we have a blue and the red bar under that, right? What are those?
So the green one is going to be the green on the right will be that's another player's energy. The green on the bottom, it's a little confusing, but the green on the bottom one is the health. The blue one is the MP, your mana. But the one on the right, the green one for other players, is their stamina. If it's yellow, it's yours. If it's red, it's an enemy.
Right.
And that builds up over time by itself.
Yeah, you have to be standing still. If you're moving, it actually doesn't regenerate. And different spells and different actions take different amounts of stamina. And so you have a lot of different spells here, and they actually rank up over time. As you kill enemies, you can see in my combat log down here, it says fighter gains 53 experience and 2 CP. And CP is actually your class points. So when you go to your character sheet and you go to your spell book, these are all the different spells that you get. and charge. As you see, I'm ranking this. I have an ungodly amount of class points that a normal player wouldn't have because I'm a developer. I
You
needed to
made the
have
game.
it.
You're God.
Yeah.
You made the game. I'll do what I
But-
want.
Because I want to. I
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
Well, it's mostly for demo purposes
Yeah, of
that I have
course.
all this.
Yeah.
But,
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but you can see as I rank up the spells here, it's the stamina cost, for example, is going down. The higher your rank of your spell is, the less stamina it costs to actually use that spell or action. It also reduces the cooldown, it increases the range, and usually does some other type of perk. For example, this one increases your armor when you use it. So the idea is, as you explore the game world, you're developing your characters, you're accruing experience to increase your character level, but then you're also accruing class points, which allow you to increase the effectiveness of all these different spells that do different things in the game. And character progression is virtually unlimited. Nobody is ever going to max out every single spell to the max rank. So this is a big factor that differentiates different characters from one another. For example, you see we have 2 fighters and 2 wizards here in our party, but they're not the same because
They can be completely different, yeah.
yeah, but depending on what spell you specialize in, that's going to be kind of what type of class you are.
So how is it if, let's say, someone has been playing for a year and versus a person coming in new and they're playing together? You
So
said it's unlimited, so one could be like 1,000 times more advanced than the newbie.
yeah, so the scaling in the game is actually much smaller than you would think. So a little bit difficult to explain. We're gonna have a big pack right over here. Let me just get some AoE aggro. All right, you guys are good. So it's very easy for people to work together still, even if someone's been playing for a year and someone else is new. Oh jeez. The overpowered AE spells. They're gonna run out of MP. They're gonna run out of MP. That spell, yeah, he's just
I just want to show off because I know we're recording it.
That's all right.
Well, they're getting low on MP. You can see he's got less than half there now.
So we basically wouldn't be able to use these characters again if we wanted to do another group. We'd have to change to something else that we
Yeah.
had. And that's what's fun is you can have 6 different characters, and if you're playing with a group of people,
Need a heal.
So I'm sorry.
You're the healer, you're gonna let me die.
Yeah, well, you
So
died.
if you run down these characters now, would you just like park them off in town and get another character while they heal? Is that how it works?
Well, they're with you. So say you ventured far away from town and the party that you're with, all your characters are low. How are you going to get back? You can't. You don't have any
Exactly.
health or MP left. But
No portal?
that's what your other. No, you have your other character. No portal. You
no,
have to-
no
you have to-
Diablo portal, right?
No. Yeah, it's important that we make things difficult. And
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta
that's
watch
what
how far you go. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
gotta be thinking, I have to get back. It's
You could
kind of
die
like a
of
run,
hunger and thirst and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what your other characters are for. So as you see, we went out here, pretty much we're each playing one character. I still have those other 5 characters. I can just only play, these few at a time. So on the way, the journey back home, we'll be cycling out the other
It's stacked.
characters that we brought in order to survive the way back.
Hey, stack real quick.
Right.
Oops. That's a
Another
lot.
chest with lots of stuff
Yes.
inside. Oh.
Yeah, this is the main chest. There's one main chest per scene, and for every player that came with you, you get an extra piece of loot. So players are drastically incentivized. Oh, we got to gather up for his group heal. Thor, if you can come over to the right a
Right,
little
okay.
bit here. Or we can go over to him. Yeah, so the more players you bring, you actually get more loot. We're trying to do multiple we're trying to do multiple things here to incentivize people to team up and work as a team.
Yeah.
So the more people you play with, you actually get bonus experience, you get bonus loot, and that alone should be enough to incentivize people to team up and work together as opposed to playing by themselves. But
Safer, more.
I do want to touch on the character scaling because I didn't get a chance to explain this earlier. Because you asked, and it is an important factor. So the character scaling is actually quite low. I'll use World of Warcraft for an example here to try to explain this as short as possible. So when World of Warcraft made their first expansion, the Burning Crusade, they basically negated the entire original game. It was they just basically deleted it. That all the new gear they made just made people so much stronger, and they just basically created a whole new game. We're not taking that approach. We're doing the opposite. So like as your characters progress, it's very minor increments of progression.
Oh no.
And I should get some AoE aggro from that. So even someone that's been playing a year might be a little drastic, but someone that's only been playing the game for say 3 or 4 months could very easily just take in someone new that hasn't played at all and kind of carry that person, and they can still pull their weight to a decent degree. Because character scaling, it's actually quite small. So becoming like a year or 2 years into the game, yeah, you're going to have a significant power advantage over someone new, but it's not to the degree that you're not going to be able to play together until that person plays for 6 months and catches up to you. And we're going to make things matter over time. Going back to the World of Warcraft example, when we create new things, we're not just going to negate earlier parts of the game. It's not going to be like, you did this place, you're never going to come back here ever again. There's going to be reasons to come back, whether it's rare drops or quests that bring you back here to do different things. Like, there's going to be lots of utility rare drops that you're going to... You might not need to get them, but it'll make certain things a lot easier. So it'll give you incentive to, say, maybe go with some earlier players, come back here to try to get something that is rare, and you're kind of carrying these people. So they're going to give you the rare drop if it comes. And
so it'll be ongoing, even though you've been at that stage of the game. You can still go back and do new things where you've already been.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and you're incentivized to do so. It's not just, it's like, I'll never go back there. There's no reason to. We're going to make reasons for people to want to come back and recycle old content. So it's not just, there's something new, never do the old stuff. It's just this new stuff now. We're really designing things in a way of recycling everything over time. And
Good.
we don't actually.
Idea.
Yeah, we actually don't have any active quests for this zone to show you right now, but normally you have a quest window here, which I don't have any quests right now. I did all the quests in the game on this account, but there are going to be like 5 different quests for this area that are one-time quests and maybe a few repeatable quests as well.
Like the Cyclops, I think, is one, right?
Yeah, the Cyclops
Killing the
that we
Cyclops.
killed earlier is going to be one of the first quests, and is actually quite difficult. Sorry, it's really hard to talk and move around at the camera at the same time.
There's a lot going on here, yeah.
Us men can't multitask, you know that.
So let me ask you, because of course all of this has to do with crypto, right? How does your token tie in, let's say, with this group now playing? Is there a reward for playing in terms of your token?
Yeah,
so we actually got it already. It was in the chest. It was, I think, 880 gold was what we got.
Yeah, so based on the tier, there's 5 tiers in the game right now, and right now we're in a tier 1 zone, so you're going to have the least reward, smallest rewards in the tier 1 zone, of course. It's the easiest. So this main chest right here, it even says main chest when you highlight it. Like I said earlier, there's 1 per major area in the game. If we were to leave and come back, it would reset the whole zone. There's a few randomization factors. It wouldn't be the same exact enemies. It wouldn't be the same exact chests in all the same spots. Some factors are randomized, but this main chest is always here, and it always has a specific amount of gold in it. And gold, when you go to your wallet tab, you have gold and DKP, and of course XRP in your wallet as well. But gold is the currency in game, and you can convert that into DKP, our token.
In game, you convert that in game.
Yeah, you just click gold to DKP here, and yeah,
So,
I can show you right now.
So you could bring in
all
XRP
active.
to do DKP and then to get gold out of your XRP, basically backwards also.
Correct, both ways. So say you can see I have 69,000 gold here. I'm going to take 9,579 and convert.
It's a low amount right now for minimum transaction for the ledger right now, just for beta.
Yeah, so I'll convert this into DKP. It'll be a little I guess you could remember 2240 is my DKP.
So let
It
me
takes about
ask you.
8 seconds.
So this is in-game or is this on ledger? This transaction?
Both.
Both.
We're doing it in game.
It goes from our game, and it's talking to a node we have, and then that node is asking the ledger. It asks how much does he have? Does he have enough for this? Then it talks to the server. They make their swap, and it should just have done it right now. It should have more DKP.
Yeah, it converted. It went through. I converted
60,000.
9,000 gold into DKP.
And could you buy DKP on the marketplace?
With XRP. Like
with
you can
XRP.
spend.
Yeah.
Oh, not from here, not from that menu right there, but if you just went on like.
But
So,
yeah,
so if you go to the website here and you go into the frequently asked questions,
Like on Sologenic, for example.
yeah, we
Yes.
actually have a link to it at the very bottom. The very bottom one, there's
there
a
you
link
go.
to it, and if you click on it, it's a great time to buy. I'll tell you that, of course, because the price is very down from the original start. But yeah, the coin's been going since 2000.
It is a great time to buy, definitely.
Yeah, it's a steal right now, and just like you were talking about earlier, once they see green candles, they're gonna want to buy, but like they don't want to buy when it's down. It's
No.
a crazy time to buy right now.
you never buy when it's down. Come on. you know you
No.
have to buy money when it's going up.
People only buy when it's hype, right? But then
God,
it's
come
bad
on.
already.
That was good. That was
But
good.
yeah, so if you were to buy some here in your Zum wallet, someone just died.
Someone just died.
Someone died. Wow, that
Oh,
was
Bolt,
brutal.
Christ.
Bolts, no! Bolt!
Walt went in
Alright.
by himself.
Oh, no! It's Thor. It's Thor.
I'm gonna take the piss out of Walt later.
Who
Oh,
recorded
no.
those sounds? That's
Oh
hard.
no! That's brutal.
Yeah,
Res,
I
res,
love
res,
those
res, res. I can res. Oh, I don't have any. Do I have enough MP? I think
No,
I
you-
do.
It doesn't look like it. It's like 9 or 10. You got
Is it?
5.
Is
Yeah,
it?
You don't
Oh,
have
let me-
enough. They're
So two
dead.
people died. We have 2 gravestones.
Oh,
I can't
God
resurrect them.
bless.
I don't have enough MP.
I
And
like
even-
this-
wait,
the
we need an
screaming was-
enchanter. Oh no! If we had an enchanter, they could give me MP. They can do an MP transfer. The only characters. They have a lot of utilities. Just think of enchanter as just a utility class, and they can actually give their MP to other players. But we don't have that right now. Oh no!
That is hilarious.
Yeah, so he's
I
able
like the
to.
screaming.
Yeah, the scream was brutal. I thought, what's going on
when you
at your
die.
house, man?
Oh, man. There's a murder going on.
Yeah, so one of the aspects of the game, going back to what I was saying before, is we're trying to make everything in this game very hardcore. So like you have to. We want players to be afraid. We don't want them to just like run out like
Run in,
Diablo.
pull everything.
whoa.
Yeah,
Kill
yeah.
everything. Yeah. The idea is people are supposed to be cautious, go slow, take their time. It's all critical thinking and strategy. And if you don't do that, you're gonna die. I'm telling you, you're gonna die if you try
You're
to
gonna end
just
up like
run
a
in to
little-
do whatever you want.
Gravestone in the middle of
RIPs.
nowhere.
they're
Forever,
serious.
forever. Are those persistent, those gravestones? Are they going to be there next year? They're going to just
Oh,
stay there?
that'd be so funny if they were
Well, no,
just
no.
there.
So
At
we're
the
actually
moment,
we're,
no.
Like you click on it, says died on July 25, 2024. It's just
Oh, man,
a
that would be
reminder.
trying to be a hero.
It's going to be full of gravestones, man. All the
Yeah.
dungeons here.
A hero died here on his own.
They kind of decay over time till they totally disappear.
Well, being dead on their end, they can actually still view everything. Obviously, their character's dead, so they can't play, but they can see what we're doing. And as soon as we leave the scene over here, now that they're dead, we might as well leave and go back to
The
town.
scene is
and
like a
show them
dungeon,
some
basically,
trade
right?
skills. Yeah, and this is an instance right here. Other people can't enter this. It's just our 6-man instance. So you can't come
Yeah.
in with like a bunch of people and overpowered because that would break
Yeah.
the game. And we do have some open world stuff, like the town's open world. We're gonna have some other things that are similar to that. But these are so that we can control a lot of factors in the game. So as you can see, we all left. And we're back to our tacticians, and we each have our own group again by ourselves. And we could all go back in if we wanted and play
yeah, I'll
different
create.
characters.
How about you create a game so they can see?
Yeah, I
so-
just want to remind us that we're at 50 minutes with
Oh
our.
yeah, wow.
Yeah, let's just go back to town. Let me show them some quick things in town.
Yeah.
Just like the crafting and some of the
And
other
There's just so
aspects
much.
of town.
We,
So
we
much
should
to
also
know.
have keep
Yeah.
something for another
Leave
video,
them
maybe.
dead.
Yeah.
Leave them dead.
Leave them. No, we can't do that.
Hopefully, I don't find a
Oh
battle.
man, well, I'm gonna get you later. Oh man.
Okay. Yes, as you can see, this time I made it with finding no random battles. It's basically every 16 by 16 on the map. There's like a 5% chance, roughly, you'll find a battle. So there was something about it, like a 35-40% chance I'd find the battle, and I got really unlucky the first time and found 2. So some key
Or
points.
lucky if you're farming that.
Yeah. If you're farming it, then that's what you want, because it costs energy to move on the map. So
and to enter.
Yeah. So everything costs energy, and so we're going to go down to crafting here real quick. Well, before we go into crafting, I just want to show how you heal your characters. So my fighter
Should be full health, close to it.
Yeah, there's some kind of bug there. My guy has.
I healed you
that's
before you
right.
left.
Yeah, okay. Well, normally you would just come here and rest your party for 100 energy. You'll see in the top right, I go from 4,400 down to 4,300. So every action you take consumes your energy. You can see it regenerating in real time up there.
You can't buy
it goes
energy,
up
right?
quite slow. You cannot buy energy. There's only one stipulation in buying energy. And now we have a lot of experience in MMOs and what breaks them, and there have been so many games that break their own game by allowing people to pay to win. Only pay to win in this game. There's only one form of pay to win. This is another thing that separates us from every other game I've ever seen, is that the only way to pay to win in this game is paying another player for something that they earned. You cannot pay to win to the company. You can't buy energy from us. There is only one way to buy energy, and you can buy it from other players.
So in a way, it's a
closed
closed economy. There's no way to generate something out of nothing.
Exactly. And every single action takes energy, which limits the supply and demand. And a lot of items in the game are expendable. So they're going to have those basic supply and demand mechanics. As people use these items, they're going to need to be replaced. Somebody is going to have to go out in the game world and farm it. The less people that do it, the more it's worth, which incentivizes people to do it. It's a whole ecosystem that is supposed to refresh itself and be self-sustaining. So going into the energy aspect, I'm trying to go fast because I know we're already out of time, and there's just so much I can talk about. But these are some important things.
Let's do another video about additional stuff that we can look at. I just want to make it a part 1 and a part 2, to not be too long.
Sure.
Yeah, we could do that. I could talk for hours and show.
Yeah, I know. There's so much to talk about.
And I think we got a lot of the main points across about the economy, which is one of the largest factors of any game is the economy. The economy is like the backbone. Not to mention this is a game with a play-to-earn model that has a limited supply of tokens. The economy is literally the backbone of the game, and if the economy doesn't work, the game doesn't work. So that is one of the largest factors. I have a few notes here. I pretty much went over all this stuff, though, actually. So I believe we got the majority of the main points across here. And if you have any questions about anything, I can try to answer them as quickly as possible, unless you just want to save everything for another
What we
video.
can do is we can leave it for the audience to ask questions in the comments, and we call this a part 1, and we can come back for a part 2,
and they can join your Discord and ask questions, and
so people can play this game right now, right? They can watch this video and go play
and earn. And they can start earning right now. The rewards are reduced right now because it's in beta, and there will be a full wipe when we do launch the game. But they can log in, they can earn minimal rewards, but learn the game at the same time and have fun and meet other people. And
it is pretty fun.
And there are bugs, right? I mean, it's not like there are no bugs. There are bugs. So everything can happen, right? They can lose their characters. Everything can happen.
But it's totally playable. It's totally playable. It's buggy, but totally playable.
Fantastic.
But then
just don't do any PvP.
Share, guys. No, or you scream. But in beta, you want them to find bugs anyway and share that they've found things and stuff like that anyway. So
So let's
More
call
people
this
play it, the
end
better.
of part 1, and we'll post all the relevant information in the and down in the information, and we'll do a part 2. How does that sound?
Yeah, that
Yep.
sounds good to me.
Okay,
Sounds
great.
great to me too.
Then we
Thank you.
can look around town, see
This is a
know,
lot of
what
fun.
you have there and what you can do, and we can dive deeper into some of the other. Yeah, Town of Aerodine, is that the name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, you have any question?
No, thanks ever so much, lads, for sharing Dragonkill with us.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And the dying.
You can see there's a lot of care, time, and love gone into this. It's very sweet, very lovely. I love it. It's great. I have to try it out.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to try it out.
Oh, you will.
Yeah, and so will you.
Oh, man, you know I can't play games.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Let's continue
Thanks
in
ever
part
so
2.
much, guys.
Thank you very much.
You.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thanks
and
for
really
joining
appreciate
us.
you guys having us on your stream.
Our pleasure.
Our pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks
With
for
that,
sharing.
Nick?
With that, thanks ever so much, guys. Thanks, everyone. Have an amazing weekend. And on that note, to the moon.